Hello everybody, Tommy here, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Final Fantasy Resonance dropping this October. This is the trailer, we're going to watch it together, and I'm going to try and break it down for you guys as best I can. Let's check it out. Square Enix. So first we see... now they should have done this about 10 years ago, am I right? But the first scene, we see some crystals here. They break apart and shatter into the wind. We don't want that. We don't like that. However, we know from previous Final Fantasies that the crystals have been broken before, and they always seem to come back. But just because they come back doesn't mean that that's not a bad thing. We have a beautiful cutscene here of some black mages fighting against some Imperials? Some Imperial troopers, perhaps? Some stormtroopers, maybe? We have a beautiful city there. We have some old summons that appear to be returning. There's Leviathan right there on the screen with our heroes getting ready to perhaps do battle with him. In the middle there we see a character holding some kind of a red light. Is that... that's a cute character right there too. Hang on, I kind of want to see this person holding that red light. Is that a person that's on our team, or is that somebody who seems to be maybe summoning Leviathan against our party? This is some kind of a witch blasting our heroes away. We definitely have Bahamut. We've seen Bahamut a few times. Not in this video, of course, but we have cutscenes of him. Bahamut? I don't know. We have a character here. I think the game is going to be talking about this character right here. He kind of reminds me a little bit of Judge Gabranth, or maybe even Garland himself. We have a massive wind crystal right here. Where have we seen something like that before? Final Fantasy XI maybe? And who's this character in the middle there holding a scythe? Maybe the same evil villain. There's Bahamut getting ready to do a Mega Flare.
Final Fantasy Resonance.
Indeed, we are excited.
A mysterious warrior driven by revenge and shrouded in darkness.
Okay, a mysterious warrior driven by revenge and shrouded in darkness. That already sounds very similar to Garland, right?
Seeks to shatter the 8 crystals that sustain this world.
So he wants to shatter the crystals to destroy the world. A theme that we are all so familiar with, right?
As a knight of the realm, you set out on a journey
So we're a knight, we have chocobos, we're riding one. That's a big chocobo, we're huge compared to that train.
to protect the crystals. Encounter allies bound.
And we have, I think she's really cool, this girl with the red hair. She seems to be kind of like a machinist or something like that. I don't know how jobs are really going to work in this game. We do have crystals in this game, however, and like I said before in my previous videos, no crystals, no jobs. The jobs seem to be tied to the crystals. The crystals give our heroes the power of job change.
By a shared fate.
Is that going to be a theme in this game? I don't know yet.
Explore fantastic lands.
And the game looks amazing and beautiful. I think we've just seen in the previous scene there a big giant water crystal. This here, what we're looking at now, is the Crystal Tower. We've seen the Crystal Tower before. It's featured in Final Fantasy III. It's also featured in Final Fantasy XIV quite a bit. So there's a connection right there if we're trying to connect this maybe to some other Final Fantasies perhaps. The Crystal Tower is a big deal. And there it is again right there. You can see it as we're flying around in the airship. This looks beautiful, I've got to say. We've got a lot of continents and a lot of different landmarks to explore. Right here, I wanted to talk about this for a minute. It seems like we have some... I'm kind of in the way a little bit. Let me move myself over here. We see some kind of ghostly shadow figures here that are kind of behind our characters. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Fire Emblem Engage, where you can equip like a hero from the past. It's like a ring, and they kind of help you in battle, or you can even do like a fusion like Dragon Ball Z and kind of fuse with that character to create like a really monstrously powerful character on the field of battle. this kind of looks a little bit similar to that. I don't know if we're gonna have like a fusion thing per se, but we see like a big dude, you know, with the red armor and the big shield. Maybe if you equip him on one of your characters, he'll give you some more boosted defense. Maybe he'll add some unique abilities to your character. Some of them, the ones on the back, seem to be mages, perhaps. Maybe they'll up your magic, maybe teach you some different magic spells, something like that. And then we see a really cool model right there for the Iron Giant. He looks pretty nice.
Countless perils along the way.
Nice hit. So here she is again. I like that she just has these robots. I don't know what the deal is with the robots, why she's not just using real chocobos, but she has a just giant, massive robotic chocobo.
As you discover the truth,
We're looking at a magical flower.
this world.
Okay, and here we go again with the villain. Kind of reminds me a lot of Garland, especially when he's in that kind of armor, standing right next to the dark crystal there, the proto crystal. I think that's what they're called in Final Fantasy XI when they're that big.
Summon new strength from out.
Now, this is also really cool. We have like a cutscene of Shiva here, beautiful cutscene of her, and then we have she kind of transitions into the pixel art kind of a form, and I think that's going to be kind of cool when we start summoning things for ourselves in battle. And here we go again. There's Odin, a nice, beautiful cutscene of Odin, and then we see him in the pixel form as well, slaying some demon, no less. This game, I'm so excited to be playing this.
Coming October 22nd.
Okay, and then we have a girl there in the middle. We'll talk about her for a second, but I don't have a lot of information about her. And we have the Warrior of Light, we have Lightning, we have Firion from Final Fantasy II, we have Noctis right there. And again, we see this kind of like these ghostly figures that you can appear. It appears as though we can maybe connect those or equip them maybe to our characters. We see that we have Cloud, Squall, looks like Vaughn from Final Fantasy XII. This is Bartz from Final Fantasy V. We're facing off against Gilgamesh too. I don't know if anybody notices that. He's been featured in many Final Fantasies. But anyway, I'm kind of wondering about this mechanic here where you can equip these heroes to yourselves. Are we going to be able to kind of do maybe like a character creation and make our own? Is that what we were seeing before? Because these ones are clearly familiar characters from previous Final Fantasy titles, and the ones that we saw before this weren't. They seem to be kind of unique. So I'm kind of wondering about that and how this is going to work. At the top of the screen, we have what appears to be maybe a turn order. Is this going to be a turn-based game? That way we can kind of, I almost knocked my mic down, kind of tactically pick our moves based on who's going to be going next, plan our heals out and our spells out specifically, that kind of thing. And I think we've seen maybe like 5 or 6 main heroes that we can maybe switch between as well. We'll see. I don't know what the party roster is going to be yet, because the machinist girl who does the robot, she's not featured right here in this particular battle, so it looks like we're going to be able to switch our characters in and out of battle as well. Looks like Bartz is ready to do something to Gilgamesh. Remember, Bartz and Gilgamesh have their battle on the big bridge, so this is kind of cool to see them go at it. So, and then here comes Squall as well. So I don't know how the commands are going to work. Is it going to be like commanding 8 characters all in one? And there's that machinist girl. She's back now. What's her name? Lid, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, it looks like, I don't know if we're going to be able to control just all 8 characters, or if Squall, if you can just kind of command him to do stuff while your other character just kind of chills. Kind of nice to see some enemies though. We got a mind flare or something like that in the back. Am I in the way of their names maybe? No, I'm not in the way of anything, not this time. Blah blah blah, and then we get cutscenes of him too, like the summons too. They kind of get like these actual cutscenes, and then they go to like the pixel art and kind of do their attack. This is also really cool. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy XI, you'll know who this character is, Shantoto. There's Terra, Cloud, doing some Omni Slash action right there. It looks like just about any character that has been a main character, you know, in previous Final Fantasies, we're going to be able to have access to. I don't know if they're going to be full playable or just kind of backing us up, but it looks like they're seeing more action than our actual heroes are, right? The little spirits or whatever they happen to be, remnants of the past. Maybe this could even be sort of like the job system, the way that it is. Instead of being able to switch to like a warrior or something like that, you instead just kind of equip Cloud or Squall or Bartz, and that kind of alters your abilities or your stats in a way. And that is definitely an Omni Slash right there. Oh man. Yeah, as a Final Fantasy fan, I can't wait for this to come out. I'm definitely going to be playing this. I'm definitely going to be covering this, trying to dig deep for all the lore that we possibly can. I wanted to talk about her for just a second before we ended the video. I don't know who she is, really. There was kind of a scene where there in the trailer where there was like a witch blasting our party away with magic. Maybe that's her. But as sweet and cute and innocent as she appears to be, she is wearing all black. She has black nails, black fingernails. She has snakes that seem to be coming out of her hair, and she seems to be riding on Bahamut. I'm pretty sure that's Bahamut anyway. Bahamut, however you guys want to say it. So is she a good guy? I don't think so. She looks pretty evil to me. But I guess time will tell. She still looks like a pretty cool character. As we know from Bahamut from Final Fantasy XIV, he has the power to absolutely end the world, and I don't want to have to fight her really, but it looks like we're going to have to anyway. Let's talk about a few of the cutscenes that Nintendo has given us, or Square has given us, or they both have given us together. We got a little picture of Cloud here, of course, the main man. Here we go again with some more battle scenes. I recognize Tidus here, Terra, Firion, and then I'm not sure who this girl is in the bottom right hand corner. So see what I mean? I can't recognize her from any previous Final Fantasy that I've ever played. If anybody knows who she is, let me know in the comments down below. But it looks like maybe we're going to be able to get some just kind of generic default characters, or maybe they'll even give us some kind of like a character creation and we can kind of make and customize our own. She appears to me to be a white mage. And what are we facing off against? Some Sahagins and some kind of a fish dude, really reminiscent of some Final Fantasy IV enemies there to me, it looks like. Here we have our main character. I'm assuming this is our main character. His name is Rain. We're off on an adventure, you bet, and I can't wait to join you guys. And we have a little bit of a scene here of the airship flying around the world again. Again, beautiful looking world, amazing looking graphics. Here we have some kind of a crater with some water in it, and it looks like there's maybe some kind of a structure here at the start of it. Can't really speculate on what any of this is. Not really enough information to connect this to any other Final Fantasies at this time. However, I think the Crystal Tower is kind of a big one. It does look very reminiscent of Final Fantasy III to me. Or maybe even Final Fantasy XIV, the Crystal Tower is around. This is also kind of something that we want to talk about. We have Moogles. We love Moogles. You love to see the Moogles, right? We love to see them return in just about any Final Fantasy game. And more importantly, though, we see that this seems to be a city, of course, but it seems to be a city in the sky. It looks like it's up above the clouds. We see like a pillar kind of in the background stretching down towards the bottom. There's some things underneath it. It looks very futuristic, maybe like it's floating. It looks very, very cool, and I can't wait to explore this as well. And then just the last one is just another picture of Bahamut getting ready to rain death and destruction upon us. But yeah, we've seen cities in the sky. We've seen floating cities and heard about them before, even in Final Fantasy I. So hopefully this game is going to be... it's going to have a lot of connections to the other Final Fantasies, because that to me is my specialty. I can't wait to play this game, cover this game, break it down for you guys. If you guys liked this video, let me know in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe. And we'll catch y'all in the next one. Hopefully we're here to hear some more information, hear some more news about this game shortly. Have a good night.